Hey guys, welcome to my channel Linux King. My name is Salman Francis, and in our continuous studies of RHCE 8, today we are going to take a look at Ansible's video number 5. And today's video is very interesting. We have good labs. It's going to be really good to watch this video because you will have a very good understanding of variables, how they work. And I was not able to find a good example of variables all over the internet. Seriously, it was kind of difficult for me to understand. It's not that difficult, but the thing is, like, the explanation is very important. So I have tried to make it as simple as possible as always, and also I have created some notes. All right, guys. So what are variables? These are used to store the value which can be used later in the playbook. So in simple words, variable stores value, and these values can be used later. There are certain rules attached for the variables, such as it cannot start with a number, don't use the hyphen between them, etc., etc. Also, we cannot use built-in variables such as inventory underscore hostname, groups, host vars, Ansible underscore version. These are reserved for Ansible. And in Ansible, variables can be defined in number of ways, such as we can define Ansible's variable in playbook, in inventory file, and a separate file with include option. One important thing to remember, that facts of machines can also be fetched as variable, and facts are information about the machine, for example, memory, hard drive space, operating system type, etc. And we can use conditions based on these facts. Okay, so we have seen what is variable, where to define variable, and some important information about the facts. Now we will take a look at what is variable scope. So there are different types of scopes how variable can be set. For example, global scope, when a variable is set from inventory or command line. Host scope, when a variable is set in inventory or using a host variable inclusion file. Play scope, when a variable is set in the playbook. So this is very simple information about what is the variable scope and how they are set. Variable priority, which variable will get priority when set? Host, the play, and then global. However, variable from command line will overwrite anything. It is written with -e as an argument. For example, playbook.yaml-e my package is equals to httpd. So basically, variable priority means which variable will get what priority when they are set. So first priority is host, then play. It's not the play, so it's then play variable when they're set in playbook, and then global. However, variables when they are set in from the command line, they will overwrite anything. So let's start writing our first playbook using variable and host specific variables. We are going to use host specific variables. Few things to understand: directories should be created in current project directories and must have name host underscore vars for hosts and group underscore vars for group. So let me show you that. So in our first lab, we are going to take a look at host specific variables. So as always, we are going to use our 3 machines, like it's mostly. One is Dragon. Today I have colored them actually. One is T-Rex and one is Raptor. So this will help you understand actually how the system works. So simply put, we need to first become Ansible. Let me know if you guys like the coloring scheme. If not, I can change it. Ansible. Okay. So first lab is we are going to, okay, and one thing to remember is that we need to be in our projects directory, which is LAMP. So this is where we are doing everything. Our inventory file is here, and we have all the playbooks in our project directory. You can create separate project directories for playbook, but make sure that inventory file, you know where the inventory file is and you know where the directory is. Okay, so now first thing is we are going to check variables in the playbook. So in our project directory lamp, we will create YAML file, and so I have already created this file. It's called vars-play.yaml. Over here you can see this. So let's check what's the content of this file. So what it's going to do is it's going to install HTTPD web server with the help of variables. So before we have seen that we were installing Apache web server with from command line, from playbook, and now we are going to use variable to install Apache, and this will make you very clear how variables work. So as always, this is what the name says, it's what it's going to do. Hosts, we are going to use groups. If you remember from our inventory file, let me take you to that. We have these two machines, Raptor and T-Rex, part of web servers group. Okay. So these are the hosts. Become true means become a power user. Vars. Now here is the vars variable. This is how you define a variable in playbook, vars, and the value of my package. So this can be anything. You can call it your package, my package. For example, we can even call it Raptor or web server package, something, anything. You can name it anything. So in my case, it's my package. Okay, the tasks. What are the tasks? And check this task is coming just under the vars. Okay, so just make sure this matches it. Then the name, what this task is going to do, it's going to install Apache HTTPD, and what I'm going to use is I'm going to use yum, and then what package I'm going to use. So from package, I am taking this value, my package, and this is the variable actually. Okay, one important thing to understand here is that you can see that it's in the curly braces, okay, and with quotation marks, and it's kind of a string. The reason is this is how it works. So if, for example, this is the first value, the variable is the first value, it comes in the string. If it's not, for example, if I have written, let's say, something I, A, B, anything, then I don't need the string. I will remove the string. These quotation marks I have to remove. But since this is the first value, I have to use the quotation marks. Okay, then state is present. This is how it works. So if it's not installed, it will be installed. And then we are going to use the service module to start what? My package, which is HTTPD, and state will be started, and then it will enable it. So make sure that on the restart, this Apache server remains working. So first, let's before I save this, let's go to our T-Rex and check if we have. Let's check here. Okay, we do have Apache over here, so I'm going to remove it, okay? Okay, and now we can see we don't have Apache over here. Let's check in Raptor as well. If it does have yum-y erase HTTP. Okay, so everything is done. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to just quit. Okay, let's run our first playbook. Ansible -playbook -i for inventory and var-play.yaml. This is how you run the playbook, and it's gathering the facts here. Here is the thing, like it's gathering the fact, it's just understanding the variables of that machine. And now you can see it's okay, and it has changed two machines which is part of the web server. That's T-Rex and Raptor. So let's check if everything is working fine. RPM-query a grep HTTPD will reveal now the Apache is there. And let's check, because we wanted the service to be started, let's check if it has started. So systemctl status HTTPD, perfect, it started, and you can see from here it's enabled as well. Same here, systemctl status HTTPD, and perfect, it started and it's enabled. So that's how simply you can use variables within the playbook to work. Now in our next lab number 2, we are going to take a look at variables in host and group. So how you can use host and group variables, or the scope of host and group, to make variables work. So in our project directory lamp, we will create YAML files var-group. So first thing is var-group. So I have already created here, you can see this, var-group-play.yaml. Okay, so now let's check content of var-group-play.yaml. Okay, so let me step by step take you to this the file content. And first thing it's going to do is it's going to install Apache again. The hosts are web servers, again the same machines, Raptor and T-Rex. Become true means become power user, become sudo vars, and this time you can check that I have not mentioned that variable in the playbook. So where is that variable? Let me take you to that place. And since this is a group, we are going to see that how the group variables work. So for this we need to create a directory called group_vars. Okay, and over here we need to create a variable file, like a file we need to create as per the group. So if you know that we are going to implement this variable, or you use this variable on the group of web servers, so you have to create a file called web servers. If a group name is db, you have to create a group of you have to create a file of db. If it's abc group, you need to create file with the name of abc. Okay, so this is important, and let's check what's inside this file. So I am using a very simple variable, and it doesn't matter if you use this 3 lines or not, but this is how it's done. My package : httpd. So this is the variable I have defined. And same way, if you want to define more variables, you can just press enter and add abc : hello, something like that. Okay, so this is how it's work. Now quit and going back to our vars, sorry, so that variable will be fetched automatically by this file, so you don't have to give the location. Task, again it's going to install Apache using the yum, and name, this time it's going to use that variable which we have already defined. State is present, starting Apache. It's going to restart and enable it. So this time we are not using it in the playbook, we are using in the groups directory. So let me just remove again Apache from here. And from here as well. So RPM query a grep HTTPD will reveal it's no longer Apache, like Apache is not present. Systemctl HTTPD status unknown operation. Okay. Same here, RPM-query a grep HTTPD. So we don't have anything. Okay, perfect. Now I am going to use this Ansible playbook Inventory is going to be our inventory file. And we are going to use var group play.html. Press enter. Okay, it's gathering the facts again. Task is to install Apache. And again, perfect. It has successfully changed 2 machines. And now let's check status of Apache. Oh, my bad. Systemctl status HTTPD. Perfect. It's working. Systemctl status HTTPD. It's perfect. So this is how the groups vars work. And the same way, if you want to use variable on a single host, what you're going to do is you are going to create a directory called host vars. Okay, and this is what we are going to look at in our third lab. Okay, and this is going to be very interesting, guys. So how it's going to be interesting? Let me take you to the playbook. And this is the file actually, and it's, as the name suggests, we are going to use nmap. Okay, what we are going to do is, in this playbook, you can see this YAML is to install nmap scanner and scan T-Rex host. So what we are going to do is, the host name is, and it's not basically, it's going to scan T-Rex host, and it's going to scan website. So this YAML is to install nmap scanner and scan website. And the host which we will be using to scan is trex.example.com. So here you define the hosts. Okay. And let me take you back to our inventory file first. Let me write and quit. So here this host is defined. Okay. trex.example.com. Now back to our nmap YAML file. So this YAML is to install nmap scanner and scan website. So the host I'm going to use is trex.example.com. Become the power user. Vars. Again, I have not used any variable in this file. So where this variable is defined, let me take you to our host underscore directory. And again, you are going to create the same name as per host. So it was trex.example.com. So this is what we are going to create. And over here, I have a very simple variable. It's called scanit. And the value is nmap-a-p80 techo.net. It's my own website, so I don't need to take any permission. So just make sure whenever you scan, you should have a permission to scan that website or that resource. Otherwise, it's illegal. Anyway, and what it's going to do is it's going to use port scan port number 80, and then it's going to save the information in scan.txt. Okay, let's take a look here. Do we have a file scan? No, we don't have any file over here. Okay. Again, no file. And do we have nmap over here? RPM query A. No, we don't have nmap. Okay. Nmap, we don't have nmap. So this is what this variable is going to do. So back to our So the vars the variable it's going to use is scanit. The task is install the packages. We will use yum. Package is going to be nmap. So from here, nmap will be installed. It's not using variable here. The state is latest. So this portion will install nmap, and then name scan T-Rex. It's not scan T-Rex actually, my bad. So it's scan website and save results to the file. And then we are going to use the shell module for this. And over here, we will use this variable. That's it. That's so simple. You don't have to do anything else. So let's see if our playbook works. So as always, we will use Ansible-playbook. Inventory is inventory. And we are going to use nmap. Okay, so it will take a while. So it's installing the package right now. Okay, you can see that the change has occurred. And now it's scanning the website. It will take a minute and then it will work because nmap takes some time to scan. Okay, perfect. So 2 changes have occurred, and let's see now, do we have nmap here? So RPM query A, before it was showing no nmap, grep nmap, and now we have nmap. Perfect. So nmap, yes, we have nmap. And what about that file? Earlier we were not able to find the file, and this time if we ls, you can see that it's a scan.txt file, the same file which we mentioned in our group, the playbook nmap over here. You can see that it will save the results in the file, and this file is basically here's the file, scan.txt. Let's check the content of this file. Perfect. We have this, all the information. You can see that it has scanned port 80 and Apache, what thing is working, OpenSSL, each and everything. It was able to scan. So this is how it's wonderful. Actually, you can see that it has used the trace route as well. It's telling us the IP address. So it's a perfect scan, like how nmap do. So this was an amazing playbook by which you were able to scan anything, use nmap. We have not used this time Apache, we have used another package, and we were able to scan it via T-Rex host. So perfect, and I hope you guys have liked it, and please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, it's Linux King 77. You can also follow me on Instagram, it's Linux King 77. You can also follow me on Twitter, it's Linux King 77. So thank you. Please share with your friends and family and be safe. God bless.